Hello and welcome back to Stay Plugged In. My name is Sheridan, and today I am joined by Dan Marino, the Esports Director of Ball State University.
My name is Dan Marino. I'm the Director of Esports at Ball State University in Indiana, and I'll be recruiting for my university's esports program at the Carry2College winter event. For our program at Ball State, we value commitment to the process, communication, teamwork above all else. So I'm excited to get to see those players display those traits, and we'll be there at the winter event.
Can you speak a little bit about those traits that you mentioned?
Yeah, so I think at this point with collegiate esports, um, we're past the point of proving that people are talented. There's plenty of talent within esports. It's really getting people that know what it means to be on a team, and in two ways. One, interacting with teammates and being that positive force when it comes to competition and the pressure around competition. And then the second is people that buy into the mission and buy into the culture and the process. So we really value people that understand that we don't just log on match day to play our game. We put in the hours and the effort in the days leading up to match day and the months leading up to the season. So people that really want to be involved in a community and really want to be involved in the process of creating teams that can compete at a high level. That's kind of a little bit of the context there.
So tell us about your program.
Ball State is in its second year now of an official esports program. We divide our program into three separate but equal portions under the esports umbrella. The first, obviously, the varsity program. We compete in Overwatch, League of Legends, Rocket League, Valorant, and Sim Racing. So we carry two rosters for each game. All of our rosters right now are basically in the top 1%, top 0.5% of the player base. So we are, able to be competitive nationally. We also have a lively club program. We have about 700 students involved in our esports club, and they do everything from recreational gaming to competitive gaming. So for students that maybe don't make the varsity team, don't have time for the varsity team, don't have their game represented at the varsity level, they're still able to find a home, play with students, and kind of make those connections. At the club level, compete in the same games we do at the varsity level, and then we also have our academy program, which is for students that eventually want to get to that varsity level. And then the last piece of our program is our production program. Our esports, or Ball State Esports, has a production or media major with a concentration in esports production. So we're able to give academic instruction to students interested in esports production as a career. And then to go along with that, those students that are in that major, even students that aren't in the major that just like esports production as an extracurricular, are able to work with our production team, our broadcast team, in order to do live streams of our varsity events, create content when it might be shoulder content, ESPN style, talk show. It could be highlight videos, social media management, graphic design. So we're able to bring in students that have that creative ambition and use it to bolster our esports program, whether or not they ultimately desire to work in the field. So in all, our program has, like I said, 700 students in the club. We have about 60 students competing for us on varsity teams, and then we have another 40 in our production program.
Tell us why your school is attending Carry2College.
One of the things, obviously, Stay Plugged In has done just a phenomenal job, I think, kind of finding this niche and being a really, really great resource for us in particular when it comes to recruitment. The students that we managed to bring into Ball State this semester, this was our first recruiting class with Stay Plugged In, are some of our best students, not in terms of skill, but in terms of preparation. So we have a number of our incoming recruits this fall came in with a wealth of experience, knowledge. They're great people. They've lifted our program. So I'm excited to attend this to make our second class, more of the same. I want to ultimately, stock our program top to bottom with, people that are passionate about the field, people that, whose why for going to college or maybe a particular college is because they want to do something with esports, whether that's playing, creating, leading. And I know that, with working with the students that from previous recruitment cycles from Stay Plugged In, they've been excellent. So I'm excited to, kind of get in there and get to speak with more and hopefully get some more applications and more enrollments from it.
How do you feel the last Carry2College event went for your program?
It went really well. I can't say I quite understand all the point systems that they use, but according to those point systems, we've gotten students that participated a lot in those Carry2College events. Obviously across the game titles, and just being able to watch the students play, perform, and being able to talk with them, about what they're looking for, because ultimately, only seeing somebody play tells half the story. But being able to talk with them, talk about what their goals are, talk about what we are doing as an institution, kind of provides that additional context, and I think is what really makes the event uh, as awesome as it is.
What advice do you have for students who want to put their best foot forward in approaching coaches or directors like you?
That's a good question. I think there are a number of things that you can do. Um, for me, it's understanding their why, and that's a phrase we use a lot in our program, our why. So for most students that end up playing on collegiate team in esports, their why is that they want to get a degree, and that's the perfect why. But sometimes, when you run into students that don't really know why they want to play collegiate esports, what their goals are, what they're really looking to do. It makes it hard for me to understand if we're the right fit. One of the things that we really drive at Ball State is that every student that we bring into the university, we want to make sure that it's a good fit. It's their home, that they can be comfortable and they can excel and achieve the things that they want to do. So understanding why you want to go to college, what you want to study, the kind of program you want to compete in, all of the things that contribute to that why statement, I think is really important, because then that as a high school student going into college, what you're looking for and what you're more importantly what you're not looking for, and then that helps me understand more concretely, what we have to offer and kind of how we can fit into that picture.
What advice do you have for students who might be a little bit nervous or scared to put themselves out there and speak to coaches?
I mean, the only thing I would say is everyone's still figuring it out. I think, even I've been working in college and I've been working college esports for about 4 years, and I'm still learning things. I'm still trying to figure out how the environment and the collegiate esports scene works myself. So I know that for a lot of students, they want to impress and they feel this pressure, and they might have certain programs in mind they want to go to. And I don't want to use the word starstruck. I certainly don't think anybody's starstruck to talk to Paul State, but I think that just being yourself, understanding that this one performance and this one event, even though it is an awesome event and it is a great way to connect with colleges, is not the end all be all. Um, you know, it might earn you a scholarship, but I am willing to guarantee nobody will be completely written off because of any nerves or anxiety going into this.
And where can people go to find out more about your program?
Two spots. Twitter is a great spot for that's where we post all of our updates, both with what we're doing team wise, our results, our competition standings, some of our production clips. But that's also where we post updates about for prospective students on how to get involved. So all of our handles are at BSU Esports, all one word. If you prefer a web page, bsu.edu/esports is another great resource. Kind of gives you all the esports facts about our program and then ways to get in touch.